Dan Culp here from Culp Lights. I have a new product in my store that I wanted to show to everybody today. It's nothing flashy like a new controller or anything like that, but it's could potentially be a big help for people that are trying to build a bunch of controllers for their shows or for commercial displays or like that. Uh, One of the things that I keep hearing people talk about is the pixel connectors that we use. We've used the same um, little Phoenix connectors for many years, and all of my controllers use them. A lot of the Falcon controllers and other controllers use them. Super reliable. We've been using them for years without any type of problem, and I don't really want to change that. One of the big philosophies I have is that you always kind of prepare for the worst. And the nice thing about those connectors is if something happens to your controller, swapping out the controller is significantly easier than having to like deal with the connectors like soldered right onto the actual controller board or something like that, because you just kind of pull those out. Like if you have 16 of those for like 16 port controller, you can pull the 16 out real quick, swap the board out, and then put the 16 in really quick. In an emergency, swapping a board out is important. So in general, I like to sacrifice a little bit of time up front to make an emergency situation go a little bit quicker. That said, the little screwdrivers and screws that you need to use these connectors, kind of annoying. I get that. So I've been looking at different types of connectors, and I've got a whole bunch of samples that came in from various people, and just trying to figure out what other options that we could continue to use the connectors that we have, and even actually for all the thousands of controllers that are out there that are using the Phoenix connectors. Is there something that we can replace them with that would be faster to use or easier to use? And so I did get some stuff in that I was really happy with. Some of the stuff I'm not so happy with, and I did come up with a good solution. I hope that will solve some of the problems and allow us to have another option. So I'm going to do a quick demo of those now. So let me switch over. So this is what we have. So again, this is the traditional Phoenix connector with the little screws that we've used forever, and this is the new option. Instead of screws, it's got these little push buttons on top, and inside there is a clamp. So when you push the button, it releases the clamp, and when you release the button, it clamps down on the wire really hard with a nice spring, and will hold the wire. It's the same 3.5 millimeter connector for connecting these things into the controller board. So if you can kind of see, it's pretty much the exact same. I guess it's different color green, but other than that, it plugs right into the board just like these do. Now, one of the problems, well, there's really kind of two problems. One is they are a little bit taller. So if you have space issues, like I know one of the board people that do controller builds was saying that on their builds the lid to one of their boxes is very close, so having this extra few millimeters there may be a problem. They may not be able to use these, which is why we're going to continue to ship with these for at least the foreseeable future. They're also a little bit cheaper. The other problem with this is that trying to hold down a button while inserting a wire and then releasing the button and all that stuff, it's hard. I had one of the people that was testing this told me they needed a third hand to be able to hold this and push the button and put the wire in and all that stuff, which was obviously frustrating because we don't have three hands. As much as we would like to evolve to that point, we are not there. So looking at this, we really closely, I decided to try creating a jig that would basically press all three buttons at once and allow us to insert the wires and pop it off really fast and basically be quicker at this. So came up with this, which is a 3D printed thing that allows you to pretty much take this there, kind of line it up there, and just snap it on. And you can, this jig holds 4 of them. You can kind of just pop them on, so you get 4 of them all ready to go at once. Very, very quick. You get them all on, and they're all ready to go. And so I have the one that holds 4, and then I also have one that holds 8 ready to go, like one on either side. So depending on how many you want to do or need to do, very simple to pop them all, get them all ready. So now how do you get the wires in there? Well, so step 1 is you need to make sure that you have about 1/4 of an inch of wire. You do not need to cut off the solder stuff because the clamps will hold that tight even as the solder like moves or whatever. They'll keep a nice tight connection in the connector. So pretty much just have to stick them in. The jig kind of has color coded for the ground and plus, and then the data wires. So just, if you can get them lined up, just stick them in and then release, and that's it. They're in there. So that's pretty much all you need to do. That's in there tight. If you need to get the wires out, hopefully you never have to, you can just stick it back in there and then pull and they come back out. But for the most part, they're designed so you get them in, pop it off, and that's it. So again, really, really quick. You can again prepare either 4 or 8 of them ahead of time. Get your wires, your pigtail wires, all stripped and ready to go, and then pretty much just go as you're building your box. Just stick the wires in, pop them off, and just plug them into the board. So very simple, very quick. And hopefully that'll make building some of your boxes a bit quicker and a bit easier. So they are available in my store. Right now the pricing in the store is just for like extras. All the boards I ship still have the older connectors. If anybody is interested in purchasing boards with the new connectors only, reach out to me. There's a little bit of an upcharge because the new connectors are a little bit more expensive, and I obviously got to swap things out and stuff like that. But I'm definitely willing to work with you on that to make that a possibility. So anyway, very quick video. Wanted to show you that. Don't forget to like and subscribe and all those things, those little buttons down at the bottom to subscribe, and I would really appreciate that. Thank you.